Good evening, YouTubers. Anthony Collman here, Austin's very good friend. We're in the town of Fort Branch, Indiana, located some 8 miles south of Princeton and about 20 miles north of Evansville in Gibson County, Indiana. We are along the CSXT CE&D Subdivision, which runs from Evansville to Chicago. It's a very nice, quiet town. It's an old town. About where I'm standing, there was a big, huge depot back in the days of the CE&I, which is the former Chicago and Eastern Illinois Railroad. So, not much else I could say, but like I said, right here is where the big depot used to stand back in the early days, back in the 40s and 50s here in Fort Branch. And north of here, the CE&I had a branch that curved around and went down towards Mount Vernon, Indiana. That branch has been long gone. The L&N, if I recall, did abandon that line back in the 70s. I should say
what line?
The branch that went down to Mount Vernon, Indiana.
Oh.
It came off of here, curved around, and went south towards Mount Vernon, Indiana, to tie in with back in with the L&N former St. Louis subdivision.
What year was it abandoned?
That was abandoned back, I think, back in the 80s. But that was abandoned, if I recall, back in the seaboard. Was it a
branch line or was it a secondary main?
It was a secondary branch that went down to Mount Vernon. But like I said, that was during the seaboard system days. And north of here, like I said, is the town of Princeton, and a very quaint railroad town within itself.
So how old, this town that we're in, how old do you think it dates back to?
Oh, every bit of probably the 1890s. Every bit of it.
So it's a very historical town. Was that after the Civil War?
Yeah, I would say right after the Civil War. A lot of these buildings are probably 40s, 30s, 40s. Behind us, I believe was an old Sears location in that building at one time. That was an old Sears catalog.
Well, from what I recall, there wasn't really any much information on that. But.
No, I'm thinking, don't hold me to it, but I'm thinking that was a old Sears catalog where people could go pick up things that they ordered from the catalog at Sears. It wasn't a major store, it was just like a small hardware store.
And I'm assuming right beside it is an apartment building.
Yes, it is. And if you're ever in Fort Branch, there is a pizza place called Sandy's Pizza, located just about a mile or two down here, and they do have very, very good pizza. So if you're ever in the Evansville, Princeton area, come to Fort Branch and go to Sandy's Pizza. I know it's a little spill for them, but they love out-of-towners. So there you go.
Well, y'all, that concludes the tour of Fort Branch, Indiana. We do have a northbound coming. I'm assuming that this is M502 with the Pierre Marquette leading the 1890? 1899. And we'll wait for him as well. Thank you all for watching.